Well, good evening and welcome to Sydney Parade, where we're about to get underway in this Leinster Senior Cup game between the women's firsts of Pembroke and Leinster Cricket Club of Rathmines. The umpires, as you can see, are in the middle, and we're going to get a couple of bats joining them very shortly. I can tell you that Pembroke have won the toss and they have decided to field first. You're more than welcome to sit down and join in if you want.
I'm gonna play a bit of football now, I think, to get warm.
Yeah, it's the only way of getting warm out there. Yeah. Very much a cold, breezy, overcast Thursday evening. Last night it was cold and blustery as well as the women's thirds had a good win. And we had two new commentators on the mics yesterday. Jenny Sparrow and Cheeky Shukla, both of whom are playing in tonight's game on opposite teams. Well, judging from the way Pembroke have entered the pitch, I'm guessing that it will be Orla Prendergast to open the bowling from the nursery end. Bowling with the north wind, which is very chilly. Two official umpires. And no live scoring as yet. As soon as we get the live scoring, we will bring you the graphics. But until then, I shall either have to guess or turn around and look at the scoreboard to keep you updated. Orla Prendergast, of course, one of the players who took part in the qualifying tournament for the T20 World Cup, in which Ireland fell to defeat in the semi-final by Scotland. It's fine, it's fine. And here we go with the first ball, Orla Prendergast. I guess that one cut back in off the pitch. Webber and Ralph are the bats for Leinster. Pembroke will be looking for an early breakthrough here. Possibly an early breakthrough and many breakthroughs. And this one goes down the leg side. It'll be signalled wide. It's been the Pembroke disease so far this season. Wides. So many games we've seen 30 plus extras. And in a couple of games, it has actually ended up costing Pembroke. Well, as you can see on your screen, the sight screen way off to the left. Nobody asking for it to be moved at the moment. Better from Prendergast, but onto the hips. Played away on the leg side. It'll be a dot ball. Nice bit of fielding at square leg. Well, the way to tell the little sisters apart today, one is freezing in short sleeves and one is freezing in a jumper. I myself are sitting here well wrapped up. The big coat has come out this evening, that's for sure. This one outside off, and again fielded well by Pembroke, another dot ball. Kathy Murphy does the tidying up. No runs on the board as yet. Good start from Prendergast. Sorry, one for the wide, of course. No runs off the bat anyway. Dead ball as one of the bails falls to the floor. I can certainly just recommend that if Pete Prendergast is watching, and he is on his way down, may I suggest longer legs and more layers And it's definitely a night for the beanie, not the cap. This has been a fine opening start from Pembroke, from Orla Prendergast. And this one played away on the leg side. Kathy Murphy chasing after it. Long way to go. And it is returned with a couple of runs on the board. I suspect one ball to go in the over. Yeah, oh yeah, they're microphones. Well, that's the end of the first over. Leinster will be happy enough. They've seen off one of the overs from Orla Prendergast and also picked up 4 runs. So a good start for Leinster. That means Ralph will be the non-striker again. Webber with all the strike at the moment. Evening. Pardon? Yeah. Well, taking a guard of middle. It'll be little bowling from the St John's end. First delivery from the St John's end. Little comes into bowl. Outside off, just past the edge of the bat into the gloves of Kavanagh. Well, that's a fine start from Little. And Little with a 30-yard run up. Accelerating into the crease. Another one outside off. Was there an edge? Well, it was close, but there was no appeal. And another good delivery from Little. Another one inducing the drive a little bit wider. Another dot ball going through to the keeper. Ralph now feeling the need to go down and talk to a partner. That seemed like a bit of a loose shot. The ball was outside wide, but the way she went at it, it was only going to be an edge, if anything. So yes, this northerly wind, it's one to freeze the fingers. Another good ball comes off the edge of the bat, runs down towards third. The fielder is round. And finally, Ralph will get to face her first ball of the game. Halfway through, or 4 balls gone in the second over. Plenty of encouragement in the field for the fielding side. Well, that's middle. Another one tempting the Leinster bat into showing some wood to the ball. Not quite getting close enough. And I think there's one ball left in this over. And now we're just waiting for our technical expert, our director, producer. He's going to come and put the live scoring up on the screen for you. Oh, it's a no ball. Slightly overstepping. It was a good ball, but unfortunately delivered too close to the bat. One more onto the score, and there's the signal for the free hit. The waving of the hand around the head. Once again, trying to finish out this over. It's in the air, it's down the ground, it will just be a single. And that is the end of the second over. The score's moved on to 6. This is a good start for Pembroke. A few people making their way down to watch this game. Leinster Senior Cup first round. Hi, gents. Also playing tonight, Phoenix are hosting Clontarf, the Hills and Balbriggan, and Malahide and Merrion. Just the 8 teams in the Senior Cup this year. Another good ball from Prendergast. And Ralph doing exactly the right thing, just keeping that one out. Prendergast now into her second over. Oh, wide, but not wide enough to trouble the umpire, but wide enough to keep it away from Webber's bat, or Ralph's bat, sorry. Oh, many congratulations and thanks to the 2 ladies, 2 women who did the commentating yesterday, and also to Zoe Bell who did the camera work, an awful lot of it. And it was not a warm night. Blankets and hot water bottles were the order of the day in the commentary booth. Very much a breezy day. Late May, certainly no temperature to talk of. Another good ball from Prendergast. Good backing up from Kathy Murphy. Worth the go. Kathy Murphy getting a whole body behind that and making sure it didn't run away for overthrows. Prendergast would love to get the breakthrough for Pembroke here. Another good ball, another one near the edge of the bat, just escaping. Going through to Kavanagh again. Another dot ball. Score just on 8 now. 2.2 overs gone. Slip in place. This one dug out by Webber. Just played away on the offside. Nothing to see there. Another over for Prendergast. That's 2 from her. You feel certain that the captain will make a change now. 3 overs gone. Score on 8. And already a change of bowling at the St John's end, as Kimlee McDonald is asked to bowl into the wind. Plenty of activity in the club tonight. Youth Clamp was on earlier on. I see Andy and Dara Hill still both practicing in the nets. Cheers for the football that the first 11 are warming up with. Cheers for Kimlee as she comes into bowl. Good start. It's played away down to third. It will just be a single. They will think of a second, but they'd be foolish to take that on. Good arm from down there. One more onto the total. Nicely played shot by Ralph. Just cut away to third. Let the ball do the work. This one will be signalled wide. Well bowled. Oh, hit straight back at her. Well, that was an either it sticks or it doesn't. It may have been a bump ball as well, but she got a hand to it. Plenty of noise out there at the moment. Another wide, just slipping a bit too far outside off. Beautiful shot, shot of the day so far. Just clubbed out over the ring through mid-wicket. A couple of bounces into the fence, 4 runs. Well, that was a lovely shot. Lifted out over Kathy Murphy at mid-wicket. Good ball, played away on the offside. Nicely fielded. Well, the women out there wearing short sleeves and no jumpers. Oh, I can't believe how cold they must be feeling. I'm wrapped up here like the Michelin Man. Good ball through to the keeper. Well, Ruff changed her shot halfway through, decided then she wanted to run it down to third. The biggest danger to her there was just running it into the keeper's gloves.
Let's go now, wicket here, no runs, let's have a jump here.
I'll just bring down the wind noise a little for you. played out. It's hit. Oh, direct hit would have been very inviting a massive appeal, but they get safely home. Another over gone. 4 overs gone now. And I suspect the score is 17.
Oh, and you didn't know how to get quick shots at all. No, that would have been asking. Oh, what have you? Oh, yeah.
There's the chance.
Didn't manage
Just
to switch
hitting
camera
the
then.
bowler's hand. And I can confirm the score is 17 off 4 overs. Change of bowling now at the nursery end. Very McNichol coming on now. I didn't know how you do that. This one played down towards third. The fielder comes around nicely. Good fielding.
Yeah, that took a while.
Yes.
I finally got to the point where I went, okay, now I can pull up the L and I can tell there's no paper. I walked out and told Graham, it's probably working out, there's no paper. Oh, we're definitely going to good luck, find paper.
Finding paper doesn't come under technical. Wow, that's a big, big swing. They've obviously decided Nicol is one to go after. On this occasion, that wasn't the delivery. Thudded into Kavanagh's gloves. No sound on this occasion. Nice one on the stumps, but it's played beautifully back over the bowler's head, and it's going to run away for 4. And that's a nice shot, nice score. That takes Webber on to 9, where she'll join her partner. In fact, they're both on 9 off 14 now. That's 4.5 overs have gone. And off those 27 balls, well, they've managed to score 22 runs. Lovely shot for 4. Perhaps that will give this innings a bit of impetus now. Both Webber and Ralph on 9 from 14. And that will change now because that is an absolutely cracking shot. Through the covers, it was there, wide, 2 full, and just played away beautifully. It gave herself room and then just played it away beautifully. Super shot, super replay, super camera work. Well, this one's cut away off the edge of the bat. It's coming down towards the... Thank you. Umpire signals the 4 that it was. Ball resting against the rope. Yeah. Well, good reply from Nicol. There it is. And it's a great effort. She made a lot of ground and a lot of speed, got her hand down to it, and then it just had enough momentum to lie against the fence, and then just to make sure she put a foot over the boundary rope, put a hand on the ball, put a hand on the boundary rope, and by all accounts, that was a 4. 3 4s in that over, 13 coming from it, and that's a good over. It means that at the 5 over mark, Leinster have reached 30 without loss, and they'll be delighted with this start. Somebody's got an alarm going. on an iPhone, and I can't tell where it is. But it's been going constantly. Just here. It's my alarm in the morning. Makes me think that it's 5 to 7. Hearing that noise. So Kimberly McDonald now to continue. 9 came from a first over. And that's a full toss, and that's clubbed away. Prendergast, the fielder, on the boundary. Just a single from that one. One feels the bowler got away a bit there. Yeah, once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Better ball. Brings a bit of respect. Are you working again? Do you never stop? Now, Johan, when you see the first innings is over, put the kettle on, because I'll be up there.
I'll keep it boiling.
Well, this one gets past the keeper. Just a bye signalled. Just got away from Kavanagh. But what a throw. Bowler not getting to the stumps and was somewhat fortunate. I didn't see that. You had a replay on. Oh, right. Oh, a bat going down, yes. Well, hit straight back at the bowler. She gets down to it. Just be a dot ball. So far, McDonald bowling a much better over this time. Helped in part by the fielding of Prendergast off the first ball. That could very easily have gone for 4, but she made the long distance to cut it off and kept it to a single, that first ball. And since then, there's only been a bye and 2 dots. 2 balls remaining in this over. This is the end of the power play, of course. And this one's in the air, back over the bowler's head. It's going to be chased down. Robin Lewis it is. Chases that one down. That one in the air. Kathy Murphy saying wicket coming. Well, they want one soon. This one is hit straight out to her. Oh, the slight misfield will let them through for the single handily enough. But for those of you who are regular watchers of women's cricket in Pembroke, let's at least congratulate Kathy Murphy for staying on her feet a couple of years ago. We had a clip in the awards show. It really is quite tight.
We need a TMO out there to go review it.
Yeah, we don't have that camera side on. Very nickel will continue from the nursery end. Just as Brona McDonald walks across the top end. Is your eyesight getting better, is it? Good ball, well dug out. Dogged out. Good fielding all round. Another single onto the total. This one a full toss, and it's on the leg side. Whoever pulls it out to the leg side where the fielder is.
I think I'm going to change to the day after.
Another one gets past Kavanagh. Now decide against the second. No ball and a free hit. Second free hit of the innings. Played nicely away on the leg side, and that will run down to the Wheelfield Road gate, and nobody's going to cut that off, and 4 more runs onto the total. More runs taken on the leg side. Kathy Murphy coming in to make sure they don't take a second. Another full one. This one goes on the offside, but it reaches the turf before it reaches the fielder. Penbrook still searching for the breakthrough, and Leinster now starting to milk the bowling. That's another over gone. 7 overs completed now, 45 on the board. That voice you're hearing in the background, the tones of one Danny Hogan. No doubt telling the first 11 about his weekend, or how his week has been going. It's in the air, it's hit out, there's a fielder underneath it, and unfortunately it goes to ground. Well, that's a chance, and it's been put down. Disappointment on the fielder's face. Lee continuing from the St John's end, cut away on the offside. They'll look for two this time. No, decide against it. Good throw in. In fact, the throw came way too far. Yeah, go that way, go that way.
Right on the rope there, Robbie, yeah? Big pressure here, Tom, no run.
50 up for Leinster now. They're in the 8th over. This has been another good one. 6 off it so far. It's driven down the ground. Shillington keeping it to 1.
Really good. That's the spot, Kinley, let's have it. Go here, girls, big pressure, no run.
Another full toss from Kim Lee and another shot to Cal corner and another 4. And that takes the score on to 56, and this is starting to get a bit worrying for Pembroke now. That's the one up in the air. Shillington underneath it, usually the safest to hands. On this occasion, it burst through, made it to the turf. And since then, another 10 runs have been added, and still no wickets down at the moment.
Kinley, will you take a break for me, please? Thank you.
Shauna Kavanagh leading the side from behind the stumps. She's going to make a bowling change at the St John's end next time round. Perhaps it might be the time to go to spin. No Zoe Bell in the side today. Indeed, it is going to be spin. Shauna Kavanagh standing up.
Here we go now, girls. Let's go. 40, let's have her. Yeah, number 1. Let's go.
Well, the Leinster players looking on, they'll be delighted with the way it's gone so far. These two got the run rate up at over 6. And that one beats the fielder. Another dart heading southbound, taking the late commuters home. Good ball on the stumps, it's played down the ground. But in the air, and the catch is taken, and you could see the cheeks puff out and the blowing of Schiller's. Claire Shillington delighted to take the catch after the earlier drop. Back in the good books. And the first wicket goes down with the score on 59 as Rebecca Rolfe departs for a well-made 24 from just 26 deliveries. Here it is again. Came forward, wanted to play at it. It was too far under her. And as a result, she couldn't get under it. And couldn't clear Shellington. And Shellington takes the catch. And Sarah Forbes takes the wicket. 1 for 59 in this, the 9th over. When you're wearing 3 coats, it's hard to remember which one has your cigarettes in. Which pockets are you using? Well, the inside ones can keep... Yeah. The inside coach can keep the car keys. But glasses and smokes had better come out now. Already ordered the cup of tea from the bar. And now Sophie McMahon has come in at number 3 for Leinster. Oh, it's chilly. Tomorrow, of course, we have the over 50s international. Sophie McMahon gets ready to face her first delivery. If you're one of those people who can be at a loose end on a Friday, the Irish over 50s are playing their debut veterans game against the might of the world champions England. Well, that one's just too full. It's hitting the air, and the catch is taken on the boundary. Orla Prendergast with the safest of catches, and a second wicket falls, and Sophie McMahon falls second ball. And from 59 without loss to 59 for 2, and Pembroke will be just a bit happier in that huddle now. 2 wickets in the over for Sarah Forbes, and Pembroke fighting their way back into this game. 59 for 2 now. Just the way that the huddle had just parted perfectly for Sophie McMahon makes her way back in. Pembroke team having a bit of a chat. Robin Lewis chatting away, encouraging, giving advice. And the full toss just slashed away. Orla Prendergast made the room. Super catch just off to the left. And 2 wickets down and 59 on the board, and suddenly Pembroke feel they're back in this game. Island captain, capped 200 times. Laura Delaney now comes to the middle. Somebody who has got better and better over time. Her batting has come on so much. The responsibility of Irish captaincy suiting up. Good ball from Sarah Forbes to welcome her to the middle. That's the end of the over. 2 overs for 3 runs, 2 wickets for 3 runs in that over. And that's good stuff. Laura Delaney looking back, looking down at the scoreboard, looking to see who the next bowler is. Sarah Forbes having had a very good over. And Kathy Murphy certainly beaming this evening, enjoying her little run out this evening. Obviously doesn't feel the cold like the rest of us. Sleeping bag, yep. Yep. Maggie Simpson wear little star. Yep, I'd be quite happy. Well, Robin Lewis now will come on at the St John's end. It'll be more spin, left arm around. Laura Delaney has faced just 1 ball. Whichever way it's blowing, Claire, it's cold. Well,
Good, Johnny, well done, Sean.
no ball that goes down the leg side.
Go again here, Robbie.
Now, yes, and I don't think it is. Robin Lewis, though, giving no jip to the umpire, just remarking a run-up. I wasn't sure that was a no ball. Her foot is in the air. I grant you there's nothing grounded behind the line, but it doesn't need to be. This one played away on the offside. The fielder is down on the fence, Sarah Forbes. They won't take a second there.
Let's go now, Robbie. Let's go here, girl.
Plenty of encouragement. Nice shot down the ground, though. Leinster getting moving again. Webber very much the aggressor here now. She comes down the ground. And that will skip away from the two fielders, Prendergast and Shillington. So you know it must have been well placed if it got between those two. Just a full toss, she comes down, plays it in the air quite deliberately, and it runs away for 4. This one lifted again, down the ground. There is a fielder there, Sarah Forbes again. It'll just be a single.
Really good, Robbie. Well done. Very good.
But after that little wobble of 2 wickets and 3 balls, Leinster again starting to just move.
Go here, Robbie.
They've nearly reached 70 at the halfway mark, meaning they'll be looking to score about 160, 180. Again played down the ground. This time Lewis gets down to it herself. Fine bit of fielding.
Very good.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, tomorrow we have an over 50s international, the World Cup champions England. They're visiting for a one-dayer, 35 over game starting at 12:30. Admittance is free and it will be streamed. Comes down the track, turns it into a full toss, plays it down to Forbes again at long off. Another single.
Girls. All right, Johnny. Good, Kimberly. Good, girls. Good, Robbie. Go here, Robbie. Here we go, Robbie.
Now to finish out the over. Good ball. Outside off and coming onto the stumps, but it was played away beautifully through the offside. And Webber, well, she'll move to 38 with that shot. Runs away to the rugby pitch. Gave herself plenty of room. If she'd missed it, she was gone. Instead, she picks up another 4. And Leinster 73 for 2. With just 1 ball remaining. Oh, I thought that was over. The scorers thought it was over.
Oh, very good. Good finish.
Well, makes no difference. It went through for a dot ball. Lulu and Hannah are out there, yeah?
Fielder down here.
That's Lulu. Oh no, the fielder down here, who's out there now. That's a little out there. Very little behind the bat now for Sarah Forbes. She comes on to bowl her second over. Well, the first one was very successful. 2 wickets, just 3 runs. And this one chipped away on the offside. There is a fielder back there. That's Robin Lewis, who's down in front of the clubhouse. Chasing this one out to the offside. And that runs away for another 4. Webber moves on to 42. Seeing it big now. Many thanks to the 26 of you who have tuned in this evening for this Leinster Senior Cup first round game. I say first round, 8 teams in the competition, so it's also the quarter-final. Might not be a line on the CV, but it does sound better than first round. Another single taken, 79 now, as we go into the second half of this innings. And Leinster now at the stage with 9 wickets in hand, or 8 wickets in hand, where they'll be feeling that they can push on from here and put a very imposing score in front of the Pembroke bats. That one's cut away. It was a strange shot. You can't call it a sweep. Delaney sort of deliberately lofted it on the leg side. Say it out loud.
There was entertainment down there.
All right, yes. Zoe's favourite sight last night on camera. This one's in the air and the catch is taken. That's a fine catch. Nice, simple catch taken. Ball goes back to the umpire. Sarah Forbes strikes again. 13 runs, but 3 wickets, and it's those 3 wickets that Pembroke, well, they're looking for. She's picked up the Irish captain. 200 caps, but on this occasion she's gone for 7 off 6 deliveries, and this is how her walk back to the pavilion began. Oh, nicely taken down at the ankles. Good catch. 83 for 3. Just while we wait for the bat to come in and take guard and the such like, there's the worm. You can see those 2 wickets were the result of a maiden. And then Forbes came on. And Leinster lost 2 wickets in that over. And now at the end of that worm, the 3rd wicket. Nice catch by Little. Nicely bowled by Forbes. Those voices you hear in the background, of course, are the first 11 at training. And that will be Ava Canning coming in at number 5 for Leinster tonight. Played away on the offside, it goes through and it's gone for a 4. No stopping that, just lent on it really, and it shot away through the gap. But another Sarah Forbes successful over. 3 wickets now in her 2 overs. It's going for a few runs, but I think Pembroke will be happier that they've taken 3 wickets now. It'll just delay how hard Leinster go at the final overs. Zach, you can go down that end, could you? Cheers. Lou Little returns at the St John's end. And she's taken a wicket first ball. She's bowled up and Webber departs for 43. Super innings for her, super innings for Leinster. 43 off just 33. But the return of Lou Little has paid off. Kavanagh making the change and it has paid off big time. Webber's back in the hutch. Leinster are now 4 down. And this very promising start they had looks like being squandered now. Here is the delivery, outside off, and that inside edge just dragging it back onto the stumps. She will be so disappointed with the method of her dismissal, but she should be so proud of how she's played there today. Good round of applause from her teammates as she leaves the field, and the new bat now, Jenny Loughran. Pembroke have numbers 5 and 6 at the crease. And you'd definitely say that Forbes and Little have been the pick of the Pembroke bowlers. I see Pembroke legends Ed Dwyer, Kieran Sharp on the ground this evening. Kavanagh takes that one awkwardly. Overs, 8.4 overs remaining now. This one played away on the offside. There'll be at least one, I'd say 2. Well, the arm makes sure that 2 is all it is. And they come off that score that Australians don't like of 87. Place looks great today. Like the inside of a walk-in freezer. It's just got that sort of light in the air at the moment. You know, sort of neon light reflecting off white painted stainless steel. Good ball, just played away on the offside, but it goes through the gap, so they'll take a single there. Johan is our barman tonight. I can tell you he is in situ. Philip here as well. I saw Philip doing the flower beds along Cyril's Way. This one is played away on the offside again. It could be just a single this time. As Pembroke try to restrict Leinster as much as they can and setting a target. With 4 wickets down, a lot depending on these two putting a stand together, it could enable Leinster to get to that 140 to 160 range. It would set a very challenging target for Pembroke. Little puts this one on middle, would have hit leg if it wasn't for the fact that the batsman has that big plank of wood and he met it firmly and decisively down the pitch. Dot ball, 91 for 4 after 12 overs. Still a northerly breeze behind Sarah Forbes. No surprise that she's continuing. She's taken 3 of the 4 wickets to fall. Well, lots of loud appeals deflected onto the stumps. Jenny Loughran was safe all the way. Brink's mat safe. Comes off the hand, goes back onto the stumps. But you can see the bat well down before that. Back to the live action. Oh, this is chipped away, no slip in place. It's running down towards us here. See it running down in front of the camera, but it will be picked up. Oh, again close. Elicits various cheers and the such like. At the end of the over, we'll take you around the grounds. The other three ties in this round, quarterfinals. Chipped up on the leg side, but no fielder in place. Kathy Murphy after it. She's going to leave it for the fielder coming in from the fence. Down on that railway line side. Plenty of space to be covered there. Or left, Joe? Another one. No slip in place, and again it's running down towards us, and again it's very Nickel who's going to pick it up and keep them just to the two. She's covered a lot of ground to get there. Good fielding, very. Greg Hollins there, sneezing right at the microphones. Plenty of encouragement still from Kathy Murphy in the field. Lou Little it will be from the St John's end. Just before she starts, I can tell you that Phoenix women, 152 for 3 in 13 overs. Oh my goodness, we can do without that. Just as a catch is taken, Cheeky Shukla with a fabulous catch, wide gully, just behind point. Jonty Rhodes' favourite position, and here you see it again. Little picking up her second wicket, again with the first ball of an over. Again, one outside off stump. It's lifted away on the offside, and a lovely catch. Made sure of it, hands together, kept her eyes on the ball, took it just below her eyes. And that's a super wicket for Pembroke. 5 down now, 97 on the board. They were, remember, 56 without loss. I can tell you that Gabby Lewis has indeed scored a century this evening. She's currently 101 not out off 50 deliveries. And she's currently batting with Alice Tector. Well, back to the action in Pembroke. And yesterday she was commentating, and today she's in the middle, coming in at number 7, aside in a little bit of trouble. Jenny Sparrow did a fabulous job with Cheeky Shukla on commentary yesterday. But now it's the real business. And this one, just past the edge of the bat, attempted drive. Lovely. Yesterday. Oh, I've mentioned that a couple of times. Our all-female crew. Almost. I don't count missing counting, pushing buttons counting, Niall, I'm afraid.
Oh, in that case.
No, I went home and told Amanda of my admiration that she just came in and picked it up and went, yeah, there you go, and did so well. And in some ways, you find the replays and the camera work is easier if you're doing that camera. Just being director, you miss a lot more. Keeps that one out. 3 dot balls for Jenny Sparrow at the moment. There's plenty of overs to go. Another 6.2. So no rush. She's quite right. If it's a good ball, keep it out. Let's see what she does if she gets a bad one. Ooh, Little, very impressive figures now. Just 7 runs conceded, 2 wickets taken. Malahide at 61 for 3 in 16 overs against Merion. And the Hills are 137 for 5 off 14. This one played away on the offside. The fielder is there. That's a great piece of fielding again. Takes a catch one moment and the next is saving a ball. Nice bit of fielding. Played away. It was right on the stumps and only off the edge of the bat, but that's a super piece of fielding. Gets immediate applause. Sarah Forbes now to bowl her 4th and final over. She may have conceded a few more runs than she'd be happy with, but she'll be delighted with those 3 wickets. Oh, just played away. Sparrow gets it off the edge of the bat. They take the single, and why wouldn't they? Evening. Well, didn't you have a good time last night? 15 off 8 balls. 15 off 8 balls. It was great to see her out there. Rebecca Lacey, that is. One of the heroes of the thirds yesterday. Well, that's 100 up for Leinster now. At one stage, they looked like they were going to get there very quickly. It's been a bit more sedate since, and wickets have fallen. Full toss. Sparrow plays it away, round on the leg side. Fielder comes in with no fuss. Hannah Little has made that spot her own out there. And she's sensible enough to have a jumper on. Forbes plays one. Leaves one outside off stump. Canning thinks she can take it on. Evening, Tim. Another one played away on the offside. And there could be a run-out chance. No. Not quite taken cleanly. But Sparrow had come a long way down looking for the single. Her partner sent her back. This one goes down the leg side. First wide we've seen for a while. Bowling's actually been quite good today. Another single. That's fine. Pembroke won't mind that now. Down at the business end of the innings. That one played away. Prendergast not holding back in returning the ball. Well, I think this is a good move. Prendergast moving down to the St John's end. I think she'll come to prefer this end. That one's just played away on the leg side. It comes out to Murphy, who gets it back in quickly. Direct hit might have been interesting. Without the direct hit. Well, Peter Prendergast, he's gone with the shorts and the coat and the bobble hat. Everyone nets in shorts these days. I don't understand it. Yep, that's confirmation. It's not summer yet, folks. Oh, gentle throw. And oh, she's missed. Well, that was a very good chance of a run out. Ball not going to stumps. Well, played away, and Jenny Sparrow decided quite early. And it was just lobbed in. Just take them off. Instead, she threw and missed. Well, that's a life for Leinster. That'll make 2. Just one run from this over so far. And there'll be 4 overs left. 4 overs more for Leinster to put up a score. Pembroke try and keep them to a low score as possible. Good ball from Prendergast. Sparrow spearing at it. Jenny finding it's maybe perhaps a little more difficult in the middle than it is in the commentator's box. Hits on the pad, but no appeal from Prendergast. That's the end of her over. Just the 1 run from it. The score has moved on to 104 for 5, and there are just 24 balls remaining in this Leinster innings on this cold, overcast. Did I say cold?
I don't think it's the coldest yet, though.
I see Matthew Smith, Cricket Leinster's photographer. He's down today taking pictures of this game for the Cricket Leinster website. This is game. This is game of the year. Game of the year. Game of the weekend. Game of the day. As you can tell, the first are still practicing in the background. Well, this one's a bit full. It's clubbed away on the leg side, and it looks like it's going to be the first boundary for a while. No, doesn't quite make it. Ran out of puff. Well chased down and well returned. And a little, it is out there on the railway line side. I think she was probably put out there because she's got the most layers on. Hannah out the boundary. Well, this ball's beaten everybody. It's run away, and this definitely has gone for 4. Joe Prendergast with a bit of fielding. One for 5. Nelson time. Kathy Murphy going to ground. Well, this one's hitting the air, gets beyond the fielder, running down towards Con's nook. It's going to be picked up. Shillington it is. And what a lovely picture that was. The 3 of them watching as Claire fetch that one back.
Another one for the pram collection.
Yes.
They're running out of the way, not into the way.
For a nickel, straighter ball this time. That ends the 17th over. And 113. These two putting together a bit of a partnership now, doing well. Getting any warmer here. You can hear the wind across the microphones tonight. And now Kimberly McDonald returns to the attack. This will be her 4th over. And she'll be somebody that Canning and Sparrow will be targeting. Shout for a run out here. Just inside that blue line. Did well not to leave that. But well fielded. Good throw. But she was in. Played away on the offside. And again, this time Cheeky it is who throws it. And it's well backed up. The experience of Shillington paying off on this occasion. Backed off up beautifully there. Yes, they're definitely targeting Kim Lee. Now, of course, this will give her the opportunity of a loose shot or just a loose swing. Missed one. That one is in the air. And it's taken. Catch nicely taken, and another wicket falls. And this time it's Ava Canning wearing 22. Very wide, could only get the toe of the bat to it. Yeah, late swing, and then safe. Safe as catching practice on a Monday night. That's the end of Canning. She departs. Score now 115 for 6. 2.5 overs remain. And Pembroke have done very well to pull this back. If we just take a sneaky look at the worm, you can see just how well they were going at 10 overs. These wickets now have slowed things down, although that was a good stand between for the 6th wicket.
Yeah. I don't know what to shout at you.
You don't need to shout, because that's on. That's so I can hear you. The wind still whipping across the ground. The flag, well, it's suggesting a wind speed about 8 meters a second. Big swing of the bat. Outside off, not to be on this occasion. I can tell you, without fear of contradiction, when we reach 20 overs, I'll be heading to the clubhouse for a cup of tea.
Coffee?
I can't drink coffee at this late. Good ball, nicely played away on the leg side. Picked up inside the boundary though, just a single. Pembroke won't really mind singles from here on in. That would mean a total under 130. Well, apparently it's shot played. Was that a 5-ball over?
Possibly.
Oh no.
I wasn't looking at didn't get the impression.
I didn't think it was.
How are you? Very good. No crack, no. Nothing. Like 0. Why, any crack with you? I think you've got more crack than me, I think.
I assume that's clear as day.
Oh, she's bowled up. Prendergast strikes again from the nursery end. What do I know? Picks up her first wicket. She's only gone for 6 runs in 3 overs, and as she goes into a 4th over now, she's reduced Leinster to 117 for 7. And that was just too good a ball for Jenny Sparrow. No, we'll bring up the replay now. Just too good. Very good delivery from Prendergast. Sparrow couldn't keep her bat and pad together and paid the price. Came back and took leg stump. And suddenly Pembroke will be hoping to close out this innings for not many more runs. Keep that target as low as possible. That is middle. It's Kay Dillon now to face Orla Prendergast. Leaves that one alone. Back to the normal sounds of summer now, the dark going past, people cheering on a cricket pitch and the nets being used. Wow, how did that not find an edge? Watching that live, it looked close. Well, the lights have come on at the club. It's lit up like a Christmas tree now. Prendergast with 3 balls remaining in her spell today. Dylan plays it away. It'll just be a single. There you go. No, but by the time this game ends, you'll be able to tell they're on. The same way last night the scoreboard was lit up. Yeah. This one played away on the leg, offside again. Cheeky gets to it, but leaves it.
You were too asleep. Two of them in the window.
Oh, straight over the stumps. Orla Prendergast ends 4 overs in very similar circumstances to her last outing. 4 overs, but this occasion it's 1 for 8, not 2 for 8. Well, that one nearly taking Midland off, or at least nipping the bail off. Super delivery, that. Now with 2 overs to go. Leinster with 3 wickets in hand. This is where you're likely to see a run out. Or catches in the circle. Lou Little still bringing it in, but it goes and catches the open face of the bat. Goes out to point, and again, Cheeky Shukla with another catch. And that brings Little her 3rd wicket. Just cut underneath it, really. It flew out at point. And again, taking it with her hands out in front of her. Soft hands, eye on the ball all the time. Textbook catch. 119 for 8 now as Bagnall makes her way back to the dressing rooms. Curfew for you tonight. Curfew. Gordon Clark, who's appearing tomorrow at the Ireland over 50s game against England. Starts at 12:30 here, as I say. If anybody is at a loose end on a Friday afternoon, come on down, have a look. Merriman it is, who comes in, and Lou Little picks up her 4th wicket with a full-length delivery on off stump, and that was too much for Merriman. She's now 4 for 8. She's bowled very well this evening. And the most pleasing thing from the commentator's point of view is the total lack of wides, even in a game where you're playing one-day wides. Well, what a delivery that was. Dipped in, under the bat, onto the off stump, and Merriman makes way. So 9 down now, and the score 119. 4 balls remaining, and Lou Little finds herself on a hat-trick. We haven't seen one in the club for a while. Well, we'll have to wait for another try. This one. You can see what she was trying to do. And it was going down leg, and it hit her outside leg on the foot. So, just trying too much, perhaps. She'll try again now, and she does pick up her 5th. And Leinster, having been 56 without loss, find themselves all out for 119. And Lou Little, in her final over has gone wicket, wicket, dot, wicket, and has finished up with 5 wickets for just 8 runs in 22 balls. Well, Pembroke would be delighted. They'll feel they got away with one there. We'll just, before I do disappear to the bar to get a warm drink, we'll show you the batting team first. Oh, sorry. A lack of coordination between the two of us. And there it is there. There is the Leinster card. As you can see, they got off to a very good start. Claire Webber played very well for her 43. And then until she dragged one on, done very well. Once Rebecca Rolfe was out, Sophie McMahon quickly followed. Laura Delaney didn't last too long. Ava Canning put together a nice stand with Jenny Sparrow. Joanna Loughran, sorry, I called her Jenny earlier, my apologies. 4 from 6 deliveries before she was one of a couple of catches for Shukla off the bowling of Little. The tail end, well, they didn't really add much, and in fact those last two wickets, bowled Little, saw them off. Very pleasing from a Pembroke point of view, in that they only conceded 15 extras, and that's a good total to have kept Leinster down to. When you see the class of the Leinster team, Canning, Delaney, McMahon, Rolfe and Webber contributing. There is the Pembroke bowling. Orla Prendergast posing a great threat at the top. Just 2 runs and over. Picked up a wicket in her last over. Louise Little, well, we've already spoken about her, 5 for 8. And Kimlee MacDonald took 1 wicket for 27. A little bit expensive, as was Nicol. Forbes, though, 3 for 28 at 7 and over. You'd take that. And then Robin Lewis with just 1 over that went for 14 runs. As I said, you can see the partnership at the beginning of 59. And that really was the standout partnership here this evening. And you can see that the last 5 wickets fell for 4 runs. So Pembroke will be requiring 120 at a run rate of 6 and over. And we hope you'll join us for the second half in just a few minutes. And we're off. Sarah Forbes guiding that one down third, picking up 4 runs. And the Pembroke reply well underway. Forbes plays this one away to square leg. They'll take a single. That will bring Prendergast on strike for the first time this evening. Last time we saw her, of course, she scored a 13-ball half-century. I mean, when you think that the least number of balls to do it is 9.
Do it in one.
Oh, yeah, involve a lot of rove of throws and running.
A lot of design and what
Again, Prendergast just playing it away to square leg, take the single. Pembroke move on to 6. You can see the equation across the bottom of your screen. You don't need me shouting at you every 30 seconds. Another one slips down the leg side. This time it's going to be signalled a wide. Everybody missed it, including the keeper. And they're going to pick up 2. And Prendergast is looking for the 3rd, and she will get it. Moving to good effect. So this first canning over proving to be a little bit expensive. Ava, of course, one of Ireland's premier bowlers. And that's why she's got one to come back in, and Prendergast has gone for 1 and has only faced 2 deliveries. Well, cricket, isn't she cruel? 1 minute you're scoring a 13 ball half century, and the next you're out for 1. And Pembroke 10 for 1 in the first over. Oh, beautiful bowling from Canning. She does have this stock ball of bringing it back in. And on this occasion, well, Prendergast just seemed to go down the wrong line. It made the gap. Pembroke lose their first wicket in the pursuit of 120. It may have taken her a few balls to get to it, but she found the right line and length and accounted for Prendergast, and that's brought Lou Little to the crease. She steps back. The bat had come off. Con. Johan was here earlier. I don't know if he still is. This one comes off the edge of the bat, goes flying down to third. It will make the rope. It's another 4 runs. And this has been an over that's had a lot in it. 5 wides, 2 boundaries, 2 singles, a dot ball and a wicket. Getting it to come back in, and it just takes the edge of the bat, and that's unfortunate for Canning and for Leinster, but Pembroke would be delighted to see that boundary breached again. Canning's first over, 14 runs and a wicket. Good evening to the Bell family. Tuned in. They were all down here earlier. They've retreated to the warmth of home. Sophie McMahon then from the St John's end. Bowling to Sarah Forbes. Wide of the bat, thuds into the keeper's gloves. Lochran behind the stumps. Well, the bowler only joined in late on. Let's see why that was. Biting wind coming down the ground. Well, these are in line with leg stump, but the umpire probably feeling it was going on to miss leg stump. This one well wide, and the umpire signals it as such. You can get heated gilets. They have wires up and down inside them, and I've heard they're very good. I nearly bought one myself. I'm sure it will appear on my timeline soon enough. Your phone is always listening to you. Well, mine is. Yours isn't, obviously. Oh, I should really just be holding this, not drinking it at all. hot water bottle. That one was wide again, but on this occasion it's been played out to the offside boundary. The fielder is there. And that is a fabulous throw, and it's going to go for overthrows. That didn't deserve overthrows at all. Did the umpire stop that then?
I don't know, because I was more watching cameras and
Yeah.
where I thought the ball was going to be.
Well,
I don't think it mattered. Because where the fielders were.
well, it may have crossed. Well, there is a fielder on the fence. Still wrong. Another wide. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Let us know via the live chat where you are, perhaps even who you are. This one played away on the offside. Boundary rider will have to do the work, and she does. Good throw. Oh, should have got you one, sorry.
I can get warmer.
Played off the back foot, so it'll be a dot ball. Canning now to continue from the nursery end. Getting that movement back in. Forbes doing well to keep Canning at bay at the moment. Forbes just playing it away on the offside again, just seeing Canning off. They know what a danger she is. Leinster captain will be wondering how long to keep Canning on for. This time she strays down the leg side. The faintest of touches from Forbes, and it runs away to the boundary. Forbes moves on to 12. And Pembroke into the 20s. Less than 100 required now. Lovely, delicate shot. Just had enough on it. Still inside the power play, of course, just 2 outside the circle. They've reverted to fine and third. Jenny Sparrow, it is, has come down to third. And she's into play almost immediately. And that is the end of the over. 3 gone, 24 on the board. That 1 wicket of Orla Prendergast happening very early on. But the highlight so far, really, Ava Canning's first over, 14 runs and 1 wicket. Leinster were 56 without loss. And then somewhat subsided, losing their last 5 wickets for 4 runs, and we're all out for 119, which has left Pembroke this target of 120. Yes, second ball.
Oh dear. So who's there at the moment? Lulu and Shauna?
No, Sarah Forbes.
Camps will come in handy for something.
Played away on the offside.
In the washing machine. Yeah.
I took them out, folded.
Oh. They were even there.
Again, played away on the offside. It will just be a single. No point in taking silly risks. You can hear the wind rustling the trees all around Pembroke tonight. Sarah Forbes now facing the bowling of Sophie McMahon. Just tips it away. The fielder is there, but she can't prevent the single. These two running quite well together now. I don't know what temperature it says it is on my phone. I don't believe it. With wind chill, you've got to be talking single figures. Played away on the offside, well fielded. Ava Canning with a super piece of fielding in the covers, prevents any runs. Another dot ball. Who's the gentleman putting his pads on? Okay. Well, 4 overs gone now. Pembroke rattling along at 7 and over. And the question now is, does Canning take a 3rd over? Conference with Delaney, and it will indeed be Ava Canning for a 3rd over. The aggressive play of the Irish team, rubbing off on the Leinster team as well. No point in leaving ammunition. Oh, super catch. Absolutely lovely catch, and that's the end of Lou Little. She got a bit underneath that, lifted it out. Fielder had to make a lot of ground, but did get there. It's Bagnall who takes the catch. Super catch that. And that sees the end of Lou Little, and Pembroke at 28 for 2. And maybe there'll be a few nerves here now. Just squirted off the side of the bat, and you can see how much room Bagnall had to make, and she did. Kept her eye on the ball, and she celebrates straight away, and deservedly so. Super catch, 2 down, and this game now very much in the balance.
14 for 1, 28 for 2.
Stop it. Oh.
It was 10 for 1.
Did you get any food?
I had Subway for lunch.
Did you get anything after that?
No, not yet.
No, I haven't
Well, there's no stopping that, and it's 5 more wides. Canning's figures take another big hit. Wicket with the first ball of the over. Shauna Kavanagh, second ball, just lets that go. Beats the keeper, beats the fielder. Kavanagh coming right across the stumps. Another one going down the leg side. Adjudged to be a wide. Another one onto the total. Well, this game is starting to bubble up. Whereas Leinster's was very much front-loaded innings. Pembroke looking to be perhaps a bit more even. And again, Kavanagh is going a long way across the stumps. She's exposing that leg stump. There is a danger she's going to get bowled around her legs here. But at the moment, she's picking up the wides. That one just stopped right in front of Kavanagh. Dot ball. I think Gordon Clark got a job lot on his pads. Thigh pads and stuff, because those are exactly the same ones as he had on Tuesday at international training. As I say, job lot. And so you should. Wide from Canning on this occasion, not wided though. Fourth ball of the over, 2 to go. Played away on the leg side, 2 fielders converging. Nice return, keeps it to a single. Gets Kavanagh off the mark, brings Forbes on strike.
Warming up, or have I just got close to enough players?
I think it's a combination of both actually. As the wind is dropping, it's the wind chill factor is becoming less. Again, just flicked around the corner. Oh, there could be a run out. She's gone to the right end, but the bowler couldn't take the ball. Well, there was a chance there. And those two are going to have to talk about how they're running. Yeah, the temperature seems to have picked up a degree or two as the wind has dropped. The flag not flying with quite the same frosty it was earlier in the evening. Sophie McMahon also to continue. She's coming from St John's End. And with 5 overs gone, score 37 for 2. At the end of this over, it'll be the end of the power play. We'll have a little look at the worm. See the comparison between the two teams. Well, that's just cut away. They've called through for the single, and they take it. Forbes picks up another one. He's hoping for balmier evenings in the weeks ahead. This one straight through to the keeper, beating the outside edge of Kavanagh's bat. For those of you watching in black and white, Sarah Forbes is the one with the short sleeves on. Oh, just played straight to the fielder. You're not going to take Ava Canning on from there. You might make about 4 of the 22 required yards. Nicely clipped away on the leg side. Jenny Sparrow it is doing the fielding, just behind square. Another single onto the total. Cut away on the offside. The boundary rider will get there. That will just be a single, with the possibility of overthrows. Now, where did I put my phone? Another one through to the keeper, and that's the end of the over. Well, we said we'd have a look at the worm. Let's see how the worm is turning. Well, Pembroke actually off to a better start, but you can see there at the time when Leinster accelerated over 6, 7, 8 before they lost those 2 wickets in the 9th. You see that big column of dots at the end, showing just how well Pembroke pulled them back. Well, now we'll have a quick look around the grounds. Well, the bowling changes. In the Phoenix Park, Phoenix put up 190 for 6 and Clontarf for 23 for 2 in reply. Gabby Lewis with a century off 50 balls. In fact, she ended up with 104 with 16 fours and 2 sixes. Malahide in 20 overs made 90 for 5. Marion are 44 for 1 off 9. Tough scoring out in Malahide. Balbriggan are 20 for 1 off 7 in pursuit of the Hills 180 for 7.
30 for 1.
30 for 1 off 7. So there you go. Those are the other 3 quarter-finals in this, the Leinster Senior Cup this year. That one played back down the pitch. Change of bowling as Claire Webber comes on. She had a super knock of 43 earlier in the game, opening for Leinster, and was part of that opening partnership of 56. Certainly showing her all-rounder credentials. Well, did a conference between the bats. They know there's no rush at the moment. Runs required, less than balls to be faced. Cut away beautifully on the offside, but the fielder there getting absolutely everything behind it. Safe hands and keeping it to a single. Cracking shot though. Just show the attacking intent of these two. Played away on the offside again. Fielder in the ring slows it down. Again, just a single. We're outside the power play now. Field a bit more spread. Can't be too spread though for Leinster because Pembroke do only need 78 runs. Off speed. And a nice piece of fielding to conclude. Just 1 run. Evening, Matthew. How are you? Yeah, I mean.
Did you not have a look at the weather forecast before you left the house? I was just thinking the last week.
That's how like who are these very shorts? You get the two Penbrook there.
So 7 overs gone, 43 for 2 on the board. Sarah Forbes has moved on to 20. Shauna Kavanagh, the latest to join up, is on 3. 2 wickets to fall. Orla Prendergast's second ball, bowled by Ava Canning. And Lou Little, well, she was caught. She made about 6, I think.
Glenn's always in shorts there. He's immune.
Steve just can't, has no feeling in his legs. Jenny Sparrow now from the St John's end. Seeing bowlers 3 and 4. Let's see if this makes any difference to the Pembroke scoring. This one wide outside off stump and it's cracked away to the offside boundary. Tell you, all the people turning up in shorts today. Braver than I, that is for sure. I don't think any of them are sitting still for 3 hours either. Oh, they're training. Yeah,
Training.
they're running around. They should be warm. If they're not warm, they're not doing enough. But it's the Peter Prendergast and Steve McCarthy's are just in shorts. That one just kept out. See, Kathy Murphy has a slight limp. She's going down Cyril's way into the car park. Just tapped away on the leg side. They'll take the easy single. Well, Pembroke started with a required run rate of 6. And right now, it still remains at 6. That one's going to be wide.
This is Jenny.
Now, if she was in the commentary box, would she call this a wide? Well, it's outside the blue line. It did come back a bit. Much better delivery. Kavanagh is sweeping straight to the fielder. Bagnall took an amazing catch earlier on, doing some safe fielding down there by the clubhouse. Played away on the offside. No, nice fielding again. I have to say it's about a dozen runs that the fielder down on the railway side. Hey, Nick. Has saved for Leinster with some fine fielding. I think it's Claire. Claire Webber, I think. Very good arm. Played out on the leg side this time, clubbed away past the fielder. It's going to run to the rope, and it's going to just get there. 4 to Pembroke, 4 to Forbes, and Pembroke crossed the half-century mark in this, the 9th over. Lads. Pembroke move on to 53 for 2. Forbes has moved on to 27. Thank you. See you now. Played away on the leg side. Canning will do the fielding. Webber had a good first over, just 3 runs coming from it, but already 5 from the first 2 balls of this over. Kavanagh showing some intent here. But again, keeping out the good ball, and that's the way it should be. One with a tiny bag on his back and the other one with the 2 biggest cricket bags you can get. Another single taken. No fireworks as yet from the Pembroke bats. But this match isn't about fireworks, it's just about the result. Who goes into the hat for the semi-final? 3 games in a row and you win the Senior Cup. I think we might need to refresh that. Well, Phoenix scored 190. Clontarf now 46 for 2. Marion scored 90. Oh, sorry, Maria Hyde scored 90 and Marion scored 64 for 111. Balbriggan women, well, after 10 overs, they're 33 for 4, chasing 180. Well, not unexpectedly, the Irish captain coming on to bowl now. Over 200 caps, Laura Delaney. An awful lot of them as skipper. Doing a great job of leading the Irish squad into new competitions, new tournaments. Unfortunately missing out on the T20 World Cup, where they would have fancied picking off one of the big teams. It wasn't to be. They ran into Catherine Bryce in the semi-final. It's cutthroat, but if Ireland had gone through, then Scotland would be the ones licking their wounds. Beautiful deft touch from Forbes. She's feeling so good with the bat in her hand at the moment. They're going to pick up 2 for this. Kavanagh turns down the chance of 3, and very wisely too. A lovely late cut from Forbes. Just playing it through where first slip would have just taken it without even moving. Bit short from Delaney on this occasion. It's cracked past the fielders, threaded the eye of the needle through the covers, and it heads down to where the covers are stored. And that's 4 from the second ball from Delaney, and it's just, you can see right there, would have hit maybe a 7th stump. But it was the way she placed it through the exact gap it needed, to the left of one fielder, to the right of the other. 4 more onto the total. Pembroke move on 62. They've now passed the halfway mark in their chase. And this time just drop down to 3rd, and they'll just take the single. And they're right on track here now. 8 wickets still in hand. They won't want to use those. Certainly not the way Leinster did. Their last 5 wickets falling for 4 runs. And after such a bright start, they really fell away at the end. Lou Little was on a hat-trick and ended up with 5 for 8. Last time we saw Orla Prendergast, she bowled 4 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 8. And this time she bowled 4 overs, I don't know how many maidens, none. Thank you. 1 for 8. So consistent in her economy. Well, that's beautifully run, taking on the fielder successfully. And that's already 8 off this Laura Delaney over. That one on the stumps, just kept out by Forbes, being very selective, and quite rightly too. That's the end of Delaney's over. 8 more runs to Pembroke, and at the halfway mark in overs, they're past the halfway mark in runs with just the loss of 2 wickets. They're having a look at the scoreboard. Bit of a chat. I see no reason to change anything. It's going well for them now. Recovered from the loss of Prendergast and Lou Little. at the end of this, the 11th over. I might show you how this batting card is looking. These two are certainly putting a partnership together now. Another one down the leg side. Kavanagh can't quite get enough of it to get it past the keeper. It's Webber to go again. Just went for 3 from her first over. She's gone for 7 from her second. Another wide. Just making Pembroke's job a little bit easier. Already Leinster's extras given exceeds those of Pembroke. Pembroke just conceded 15 extras. Kavanagh takes on the arm. Kavanagh picks up 2. And Pembroke move on to 67 for 2. Well, the sky hasn't really changed colour all evening. It's just been this walk-in fridge grey. Neon lights. The lights on the clubhouse are getting a little bit brighter now. I suspect the ones on the scoreboard doing the same. 9 overs to go after this one. Graham is scoring, yes. Still encouragement from the Leinster fielders to their bowlers. Yes, he's got a snood on and everything. Slankets. No. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah.
Still only when you tell those lights are off, they're spotting the ones that are off.
Yes.
It's the dead ones that you can spot.
This hasn't been a bad over from Claire Webber. Trying to keep her side in this, take this game as deep as she can. This one lifted by Kavanagh out to the leg side. Will the boundary rider appear? Well, even if she does, she can only go and fetch that. 4 to Kavanagh takes her on 13. And this is a nice shot. Safe in the knowledge that once she lifted it past one fielder, there was nobody else in the vicinity who was going to stop that reaching the boundary. Welcome runs for Pembroke. Less than 50 required now. Another one slides down the leg side. Still 1 to come in the over. 8 from it now. Played away on the leg side. That'll be a dot ball. That will end the 11th over. Oh. There is the Pembroke card. You've got a brief glimpse of the Leinster one as they press the wrong button. You can see Sarah Forbes, Shauna Kavanagh doing a super job there. Just a quick, brief look at the bowling figures for Leinster. And just as importantly, the fall of wickets. 28, that second wicket fell out. You can see that Leinster have used an awful lot of their top-line bowlers. They only have one left, Canning, McMahon and Webber. Well played out to the leg side. It will just be a single, though. The Pembroke bench looking suitably wrapped up. Certainly wearing a lot more than they were in the field. Kavanagh just almost dropping a bat on that. Jenny Sparrow with the fielding. And Shauna Kavanagh prevents any overthrows. Big appeal, and the umpire's given it. And Sarah Forbes departs with 37 to her name and with 74 on the board for Pembroke. Well, Delaney, she knew. Good, confident appeal to the umpire. The umpire gave it a moment's consideration and then sent Forbes on her way. So the third wicket has fallen, 74 on the board. Pembroke still need another 46. And here is this wicket. And how many of you would not have given this out? Not counting Sarah Forbes herself, of course. I think even she might give that one out. The umpire didn't have much doubt. And Sarah Forbes heads back to the dressing rooms, and Pembroke's number 5 will come out. Well, one suspects this is Claire Shillington. No, it's Robin Lewis. Yeah. Bolden over as well. I think the phrase is with varying degrees of success. Straight through to the keeper on this occasion. Good delivery to start the over. I thought the umpire was applauding it for a moment there, but he was just rubbing his hands in a desperate attempt to try and get some warmth into them. Oh, just past the left hand of Delaney. Oh, she took it. Bump ball. Good fielding. Still getting good movement. This will be a leg by. Overcalled. Pembroke have moved on to 75 for 3. There are 8 overs remaining. Still 45 runs required. Pembroke looking to Kavanagh now. She's on 14. It looks like they're going back to Canning again, having taken the wicket. They're going to use Canning's 4th over in an effort to take another wicket or 2. Oh no, completely wrong. Change of bowling. It was actually advice that Canning was offering. It's, I'm afraid I don't know her first name at the moment. Well, it starts with a wide. Consistency and lack of control is always problems for spin bowlers when they're so young. Consistency and accuracy only come with, what is it, they say 10,000 hours? One umpire having a word with the other about what, I have no idea, because nothing has changed. McLaughlin, she's got it to turn, I will say that for her. It's been a bit wide at the moment, but as I say, that consistency and accuracy will come with experience, and you only get experience by bowling in these situations. Tough baptism for McLaughlin here. Just the one dot ball so far. 3 wides. Go on. Go on. Taken on the full this time. Pumped out past the square leg umpire for a single. Kavanagh down the sweeps that very quickly. Again, it's just going to be a single just because of the fine fielding down there, and also the fact that Kavanagh got the ball down to her so quickly. If she'd half hit that, then there definitely would have been 2, but on this occasion it flew out to the fielder, she flew it back in, and there was only time for 1 and a ooh, no. Oh, that's a bit high.
I think it was even too high for that.
No, but the next ball's a free hit.
No, but that was as well.
Do they have
Yeah.
free hits in this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they do.
Has he seemed to have a free hit?
He has.
Oh, right, okay.
Not the hit that Robin Lewis wanted, as you say. You have selected car park.
Before I give it
That's just bad.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Right, right. Well fielded.
Well, Kavanagh got back quickly and had to. The fielding in the outfield. Starts a run up. This one's wide. When the wicket keeper's taking it on the artificial, you can judge it's wide. Well, it's been signalled a no ball. There was no great celebration. I think everybody knew that was going to be a no ball. And now it's another free hit. And Robin Lewis will be looking to do more this time. Well, this is quite sensible. Laura Delaney, she's gone over to have a word with the bowler. We've already seen 11 deliveries. And still at least 1 more to come. And she gets out of the over. And after all that, just the 8 runs coming from it.
Because I don't know where it's going to start.
That's all right. Slapped straight and not a single appeal. Everybody knew it was going to be a no ball, but then they went for the run out, and if she collected that, oh, the anguish and the wicketkeeper's body language there just tells you. Well, after McLaughlin's over and having only gone for 8, when you think that Ava Canning's first over went for 14. So there's encouragement there for McLaughlin going forward. When she did get it on the cut strip, only 2 singles were taken. And one of those was off a free hit. Well, Delaney back on again, and how desperately Leinster need a wicket now. Delaney still getting it to angle in, but it's angling in at the pads, and that allows Kavanagh just to turn it round square leg, and they'll take another single. Well, this one's in the air. It gets over the fielder and it's going to run away to the boundary. 4 more for Lewis. Starting to see it, starting to middle it. Delaney just over pitching this one, and Lewis just lifting it beautifully over mid-off. And then it skips away, and 4 more runs. 88 now, just 32 required. And the run rate below 5. Well, this one was a bit short from Delaney, just pulled into the leg side for a single. Umpire Matthew Smith it is with the camera. He's been taking pictures for the Cricket Leinster website. And Graham Mooney is on the far right. I don't know who's scoring for Leinster tonight. But Graham Mooney is the man who's wrapped up in the blanket, the coat, the duvet and the hot water bottle. Beautiful delivery from Delaney. She's taken the wicket and it's Kavanagh. She departs for 16 and this game is not over yet. 4 down now, 89 on the board. And Leinster will feel they're right back in it. Laura Delaney picks up her second in her 3rd over. And that leaves the equation. Oh, very interesting. Still, of course, Ireland's leading run scorer, Claire Shillington. But first, let's see the end of Irish international Shauna Kavanagh. And it's a super ball, does her on length, gets inside the bat, through the gap. And a 3rd wicket, 4th wicket falls. And this looks like Claire Shillington coming out to bat. No, you take it. If it was pink, we'd have had it by now. So Laura Delaney doing a super job for her side. She's picked up 2 wickets now. If she could break this partnership as well, it really would give Leinster hope. Well, Shillington pulls the first one out to the leg side and it thuds into the fence. And that's exactly what Penbrook would have wanted from Shillington, the reassurance of class batting. First ball onto it on length, and despite the fielder chasing it down, it reaches the fence quite comfortably.
I don't think. But
Pembroke move on to 93 now. Oh, with 6 overs remaining, just 27 runs. Laura Delaney really does have to throw everything at this, and this will be Ava Canning's 4th and final over. You suspect Laura herself might take a 4th over in a row. They really need to win this inside the overs of their top bowlers. Loughlin's done a good job behind the sticks tonight for Leinster. She was given a couple of impossible ones to collect. Apart from that, she's done very well. Good footwork. Nicely played away on the offside. Fielder after it. Oh, and it's been misfielded and it has run away to the boundary, and it's 4 more. This time to Lewis. Pembroke move on to 98. And the finishing line getting very close at this stage. 22 runs from 34 balls. 33 balls.
Women's 20 over cup.
Well, that's taken the edge of the bat and flies down to third, where Merriman will do a neat piece of fielding. She'll keep it to a single, and that will take Pembroke on to 99 for 4, with just 21 required for victory, but with 6 wickets in hand. Claire Shillington now will be facing Canning for the first time today. Nicely cut away. Fielder can't get to it. It's going to make its way to the rope. All Merriman could do was fetch it. Wasn't close enough. 4 more. And the finishing line is approaching very rapidly now. You'd think that Pembroke should really get home quite handily from here with bats of the class of Lewis and Shillington. As Ava Canning comes to the final ball of her 4 overs tonight. And it'll be a dot ball. 2 for 38. Well, that's far more than she expected. Far more than I expected. But not helped by those wides early on. Well, Shillington Lewis standing tall at the moment. 17 required now. And you can see, although Leinster had opened a big gap on the worm, especially by about the 12th over, there was almost 15 runs in it. Well, that gap has closed right up now, and Pembroke will be hoping to overtake that blue line of Leinster very soon.
Not much, the red dots. The blue to reds.
And again, Delaney throwing all her cards on the table. Sophie McMahon, the other opening bowler.
I just run out there and swing at the super over.
For the second time today. Yes, it is. Lewis just asking the umpire about the wide. Don't know if she got a reply, but it goes down in the book as a dot. This time she drives it down the ground, takes on the fielder. It's a good throw, but it goes wide at the far end, and the keeper has to go a long way to back up. Pembroke found themselves 28 for 2 earlier on. Since then, well, it's only 2 wickets have gone down. 82 runs added, which when you're only chasing 120 is good work. And that's good work inside the circle, taking a single. Well, with less than 4 overs to go, Clontarf need 95. As Pembroke take another single. With 3.5 overs to go, Balbriggan have 1 wicket left and they need to get 135 runs. Not impossible, but not far off. And you obviously see the score here at the moment. This one, inside edged, bounced over the keeper and ends up going in the book just as a dot ball. Pembroke ahead on DL at this stage. I don't know why that suddenly appeared on the board. Well, Pembroke ahead of where they need to be according to DLS. Cut away. Again, they take the single. And there are now 4 overs remaining and 13 runs required. And Pembroke seem quite content.
Wicket send bowl action. Then, yes. Yeah. Who writes these words?
Prehistoric.
Wicket.
Century. I want to super over.
And again, Laura Delaney turns to herself to try and stem this. But what bowling has she left herself for the last 3 overs? We know that Canning is bowled out, McMahon is bowled out, Webber is bowled. Webber might not be bowled out, actually. Well, didn't want to miss the first delivery. Canning is bowled out, McMahon's bowled out. So it's Webber, Sparrow, Delaney will be bowled out after this, or Mary Kate McLaughlin. That's cut away nicely on the offside. It beats the fielder, it beats the boundary rider, it runs away to the fence, and suddenly the runs required single digits. Delaney's finished after this, so it will be Sparrow and Webber. I suspect it will be Sparrow and then Webber. Again, played away nicely on the offside. This time the fielder does a really good job. That's Bagnall again. She's been super in the field today. Took a nice running catch earlier on, and this time got right down to the ball, picked it up in both hands. Excellent bit of fielding. Well, these two came together with the score on 89. They've put on 23. Can they put on 31? And see Pembroke home here in this Leinster Senior Cup quarter-final. Just played sensibly back to the bowler. These bats are experienced enough to know there's absolutely no rush here now. Still wouldn't want to get bogged down. The umpire gave that as wide. I thought I heard something as it went through. I didn't necessarily bat, but I heard something. And it was the square leg umpire that notified the standing umpire. And he changed his signal. No, it hit the pads on the way through. Delaney half-hearted end of innings appeal, end of spell appeal. And she finishes with 2 for 25 from her 4 overs. And now, whoa.
Where's the final show?
This is the final ball of Laura Delaney's spell today. Well, it hit her in front of leg. One would have thought it was going down leg. Well, certainly that's what the umpire probably thought. And it's a dot ball in the book. Well, bowling Webber now means the last 2 overs will have to be left to Sparrow. Sparrow McLaughlin.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. I think Laura Delaney may have missed a trick here. Jenny Sparrow's 1 over, went for 6. Mary Kate McLaughlin's went for 8. So well, it's got very dark here now. The lights on the clubhouse becoming more and more obvious. As you see, the first ball of Webber's over. Shillington it is, facing. It just moved off the seam, off the stumps. Played away on the offside. Ava Canning it is who fields quickly, promptly, accurately. And you can see that Leinster are fighting for every single run here. The only 3 fielders outside the ring are at third, and then 1 on the railway line side and 1 on Cyril's way side. Shillington just chips 1 down to wide third, and she'll take 2 there. And well backed up. Well, that'll do it. Super, super finish from Claire Shillington. She gets a short one and she puts it in the gardens. And Pembroke are victorious by 6 wickets. They've reached their target of 120, and this is the delivery that did it. Not a bad delivery from Webber, but just... Well, sorry, Niall, would you show that again, please? Just ask for that replay again, and I'll tell you why. There's 2 bails there on at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Keeper.
Keeper knocked 1 off with a foot.
I think it was gloves.
Or gloves or something.
I have no doubt it was the keeper, but
Yes.
good spot, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was a good spot.
Well, Pembroke have won by 6 wickets. There you go. They chased down 119. We'll take you through the first innings. Yeah, let's go with Leinster's batting first. We'll go through the cards. And there it is. Well, Leinster started off very well. Claire Webber and Rebecca Rolfe, well, they put on 56 or 59, I can't remember which. And they did so in very quick time. But once they fell, there wasn't much else. Ava Canning had a good stand with Jenny Sparrow for a while. But really, the last 5 wickets fell for 4 runs. Is it starting to rain? Just the speed everyone's moving at. So, once Pembroke had pegged Leinster down to under 120, they were very thankful to their bowlers, especially Louise Liddell. 5 for 8 from just 22 deliveries, and economical as well. Other wicket takers, well, Orla Prendergast took 1 in her final wicket. Kim Lee McDonald, she got 1, and Sarah Forbes was the one who broke the partnerships that needed breaking for Pembroke. And then you can see on the fall of wickets, well, a first wicket stand of 59. And then after that, well, there wasn't really much else. 24 for the third wicket. And then 4, 10, 18, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Just the 15 extras, very good for a Pembroke side these days. So Pembroke were chasing 120 for victory, and they didn't get off to the greatest of starts. All Prendergast it was who was out second ball in what seemed to be a most amazing over from Ava Canning. 14 runs came from it, including 5 wides, a couple of boundaries, a couple of singles. It was a very strange over, but it also contained the wicket of Orla Prendergast with an absolute beautiful line and length delivery. Came back through Orla's defences, rattled into her stumps and sent her on her way. Louise Little will look good in her brief stay. And then Shauna Kavanagh, well, she did a great job with Robin Lewis of steadying the ship. And then Claire Shillington came out with the score on 89 and made sure that Pembroke got the 31 runs they required for victory. Leinster did give away 24 extras, but by and large, they bowled very well. As the covers go on, we'll just have a quick look at the Leinster bowling. Ava Canning 2 for 38 at 9.5 and over. As I say, that's probably one of the biggest surprises of the evening. Laura Delaney 2 for 25 came on and took wickets when her side needed her to. Mary Kate McLaughlin, well, she's going to have to work on the accuracy side of things, but there's certainly a lot of potential there. She gets her arm very high and she gives the ball plenty of air, so we'll be hoping to see more of her in the future. Jenny Sparrow's one over, only cost 6 runs. She didn't get to bowl another one because, well, Claire Shillington put one in the gardens. So Pembroke got home with 2 overs and 1 ball to spare, and they can thank partnerships of 46 and of 31 really are the ones that mattered. And Pembroke will go into the hat for the draw of the second round. So we'd like to say thank you for joining us this evening. Our next game is tomorrow when the Ireland over 50s side will be playing the world champions England over 50s in a 35 over a side game starting at 12:30. If you're in the area, come on down, and if you're not, try and tune in. But for tonight, thank you very much for joining us, and I will say good night.